Chiple's going to be first up over for the team 1 versus Conan over in team 2. A bit of a rematch between the two. Last time Chill played as a Frost Death Knight. This time he's able to just overwhelm the Furious Warrior with the army of the undead. Gargoyle or Arbiter joining in immediately as Conan activating every single defensive enrage regen. Avatars available. Silence to follow, kind of limited on some of the abilities he can use while silence, primarily Rallying Cry as well as Fear. Chiples just leaving him over there with the army of the dead, looking for a retreat, but Conan not letting him go anywhere, trying to see if he can expand as many cooldowns on the Chiples as possible. Reflect for a second, those death codes are actually blasted right through Conan, trying to see if he can end him right now. Just needs to maximize the damage while also minimize the amount of defenses used, and IBF was one of the big ones that he had to toss out just to live a double. Ultra by Jungle is going to be up next versus Chill. Down himself Death Shock him, immediate AMS, which actually covers him for the grenades as well as some of the poison damage. Big kill shots though are going to be so deadly as Jungle trying to see if he can just blast him with the Death Knight. Going to be the army of the dead join in, swapping on his build instead of playing the damage over time Necromantic Bargain. Instead of playing the proper Apocalypse that sends out a couple of more homies to join in. And actually looks like they're plenty effective. Going to be a blind onto Jungle. Does go for the trinket, stun to follow, trying to see if he can recover a little bit of health. Silence on the Hunter, does have himself a death pack. May just want to use death pack since the Hunter's bailing out of there, but it looks like Chills is just trying to end the duel. Human Racial out of the stun. Jungle with a feint death for a second. Freezing trap on the Chill Pulse. Might be a bit of a bad spot. Got himself a little bit of Manic Bandage as the ghoul charges in. There goes the full burst on the Jungle. Got himself Death Shock on the Chill Pulse. Could be anyone's game right now. Could be really bad for Chill Pulse. Jungle trying to live, but no, a stun reversal. Oh my god, the stun, the reversal into a Clawing Shadows, taking him out as Caster Meta is going to be up next. Does not want to give Chills any resets whatsoever. Does not even want to give him like a fair chance, no opportunity. He's just gonna take down this Death Knight as soon as he sees him. This man is dead on sight, literally risen from the graveyard, fighting for the faction of the Alliance, and now Casameta is just trying to put him back in the grave. Ring of Peace doesn't really let you much of a backpedal opportunity. Does go in for IBF to break out of the Lexium. Casameta with full cooldowns, trying to see if he closes the gap. Blind to follow, does go for the trinket. Chills just trying to see if he can use the slows to keep him at bay. Silence to follow. I don't really know what if that could really help you. Lichborn barely letting you survive, but looks like has been able to live through majority of Casameta's offensive damage. The Monk is still very deadly. Blackout kicks, Rising Sun kicks, everything is just so hard hitting. Chills needs whatever survivability he can. The Touch of Death is probably going to be the end of the year, right? Doesn't abuse the Touch of Death, doesn't even want to play around it whatsoever. That is so rough. Stun around the corner by Haster, summoning up the Silence together. Oh, Shadow build? Shadow build just to dodge him entirely. It looked like Haster, he needed to be a little bit closer for those void bolts flying from every direction. That is so rough. Casameta wouldn't even give Chilpills a proper auto duel. I feel like an auto duel would have been amazing because Chilpills did so good for so long. I feel like that would have been a much closer game than it turned out. Oh man, missed opportunity right there, but Casameta trying to see if he can pick up a kill fairly quickly. Haster up next. Shadow Priest trying to see if he can take it a little bit slow and steady versus Caster. There's only so much you can do as a Shadow Priest. I guess a Monk who's got basically infinite mobility, all he can really do in this situation is try to see if he can get himself a decent setup, stun, maybe a fear, get himself the Siphon to add a little bit of damage over time. He's able to get dots on the Casameta at the very least. I wish the dots for Shadow Priest were a little bit more effective. You know what I mean? I wonder if there's a way he can kind of like coach Casameta from behind the pillar away from his ports, kind of like get super low, but kind of bait it, kind of feint low health. It just kind of put him in a bad spot. Big kicks up to Haster. Might be in a little bit of trouble. Got himself lots of self-healing. Void Torrent as the stun comes out. Wait a second. Maybe he just did exactly as I explained it. Full dots on Caster. Trying to go for a little bit of survivability. If you can get himself in front of Siphon as well. Tentacles. That could be really bad. Wait. In cap for a second. Caster looking for a port. Does he have anything left? Wait a second, maybe Haster did exactly as I described it. Trying to go for Shadow Crusher around the corner, doesn't quite connect. Caster looking for a reset with a Karma available. Immediate Karma onto Haster. Still has a disperse. Full Fear onto Caster. Can at least get him fully dotted up with a Mind Blast from a distance. If we could just get him in a stun or something, anything right now, that would be ideal. Could be an opportunity for disperse right now. That is Zuen, that is everything. Casameta is dotted though. Tentacles attacking it from around the corner. Still lots of pressure. And Haster feeling very comfy with the disperse. Immediate leg sweep off of this one. Has a trinket right right now. Does he have a stun? Stun, trinket available for caster meta. If you can maybe juke out a kick from him, you'll be perfect. Into a full dots on the caster together with a Siphon Mind Flayer to follow. It just needs a little bit more damage just to finish the duel. Fear right after. Does he have enough? Shadow Crush? Maybe. Hold on a second. Still Siphon attacking her right now with a Mind, but oh my god. Oh, I was rooting for the Shadow Priest just now. I'm sorry, I try not to take sides if I can in these duels, but a Shadow Priest versus a Monk, where Monk usually wins all these, of course I'm going to be rooting for the Shadow Priest, homie. You know what I mean? Big burst by Trillvoker, the full setup as his Void Torrent comes out, silence on the Trill, as Hatred trying to see if he can play around the Evoker. Big damage, massive eruptions, the 40% damage buff on eruptions is actually just huge right now for the augmentation, able to get himself quite a bit of damage, dispelling dots over himself. Trying to see if he can get some cast out blasted onto Haster with a sleep to follow Fury instead. Haster trying to see if he can call back a victory. Has PI available, could maybe combine it together. Silence for a second, got himself a kill on the Siphon for a moment. Eben might potentially big damage, trying to see if he can avoid the breath. Probably going to be a knockup by Trill, looking for eruptions while he's got the mobility, but eventually does want to go for upheaval. Mad damage. Oh, close down the Shadow Priest. That is just so much damage. The earth itself surrounds the guy, man. What's day to day? Yo, WAP, it's all good, my man. You can't win all of them, you know what I mean? But I'm surprised, honestly. Shadow Priest versus a Monk, I feel like that almost never happens. Trill trying to see if he can survive. Light Messiah not giving Trill the easy out whatsoever. Time skip. Is it just over? Trying to give himself survivability. 42% dampen. He got himself a bit of a shield. Blind to follow. I think it just might be a rough time for Trill right now. But he does maybe have himself more survivability. Dream Projection. May want to use it. Use it maybe a little too early. Could have been perfect together with the Dispel on the Hammer of Justice. Fire Breath right after. May just want to get counteroffensive with Light Messiah. He just used the bubble earlier. Upheaval to follow. Maybe they'll give you a little survivability. Try to go for a Nova, but I think it's going to be a Hand of Freedom for him. Sleep. Maybe can get it. Trying to see if he can juke out a kick. Gonna be the, oh my god, the Spell Ward. He got himself shield last second with a bit more survivability. Stun on control. Nothing he can do right now. Survive. To death with a second deep breath, maybe give himself a little bit of survivability. You just need one more cast. That is rough, man. That is rough. That is a lot of damage. It is 47% dampening though too. It is 47% dampening, and I feel like with Light Messiah bubbling at the right time, just sending all the cooldowns, it definitely gave him quite a bit of an advantage to start off that duel. As Chicago charges in versus Light Messiah, immediate Lassa with Ghost Raptors join in, but not really staying with Light Messiah. He sees the wings, he's going to respect the wings and deal with them from a distance as best as possible. As Light looking for a bit of a catch-up stun onto Chicago. Full Wake of Ashes to follow. Big damage by Light is going to go for the blinding. I gotta figure out what the name of that talent is. I just saw it, but my brain doesn't recognize the ability off the top of my head. But he does the blinding light. It's not blinding light. It is searing light, I think it is. As Light trying to see if he can fight through. Chicago does not have a bubble for just a second. Light allows it to follow. Big damage, I think, for Light. It might just be over. Oh, the Sunder. He actually almost survived it too, as he did pop a wall, but that Sunder just done. It's over. Oh my goodness. With Tear going to be up next. Shadow Strike on Chicago. Immediate get the shot. Chicago does have a trinket. Choosing to trinket a little bit later. Wall immediately. Big ascendance. Potentially big damage. Tear does have cloak. Does have evasion. Chicago got himself full cooldowns right now. Maybe could make something happen. Mad Beast. Oh my god. Tear stone. Cheat death. Oh my lord. What is happening? Enhancement Shaman just looked at our rogue. Snapped their fingers. And the man started disintegrating in front of eyes. Picking up eyes. Oh, you need something right now. You need to get the rogue out of stealth. You need to get a rogue in combat. Kinder shot. I don't have anything unless you have a knockback. No roots. Even if you had a knockback. Shield, Spore Cloak, barely keeping you alive. You're trying to go for eviscerates. Burrow. Or you find the rogue. Oh my god. There's no way you just found the. Wait, you had eyes still. That's where you found the rogue. I was gonna say like there's no way you just guessed. But no, you actually saw him. Picking up the eyes was the play. Trying to catch himself a bit of more health. As Speed is gonna be joining the duels. As a monk is this time. Interesting, giving Chicago as much of an honored duel as possible. Chicago's walking into this one kind of sort of with some cooldowns, minus a trinket. That may put him behind because now it means the monk can go in, full leg sweep, full combo, full go. And Chicago can't get out of this one unless he got a cooldowns. It's going to be able to knock Speed back. It's going to put a bit of a dampener into the leg sweep, not letting him execute the most amount of bursts in the go, but actually doing quite a bit of damage either way. The Chicago does have Guardians available, may want to use them as soon as possible, but I think it just might be over. Try to go, I think, for a Sunder. Yeah, As soon as you can't get out of the leg sweep immediately with a wall or something, it is rough. It's just as soon as you fall too far behind, even if you press Guardian, like, it just might not even be worth it, honestly. But Chilpo's picking up 2, Chicago picking up 2, Haysher picking up 1. It looked like he was it 1? Just the 1? I thought Haysher might have picked up 2, but maybe I'm wrong on that one. I'll need to look over it again. Let's get us another going, yeah.